All right, doing a free video analysis here for Anthony. Anthony is a glide shot putter. Just to remind everybody, the free video analysis sessions like this, email them to me, matt@primalatc.com. Basically, I do the free video analysis as they come in, that just kind of get put in order. If there's one that has, for example, a better um, camera that was used, or is a little bit more high definition, or something that really haven't seen in other video analysis sessions before, typically we'll bump those forward a little bit. But Anthony sent this one in to me Thursday of last week, so I'm about 5 or 6 days behind on getting these done, just to let you guys know. All right, so let's take a look at Anthony's glide here. Now, he sent it in slow motion, which is very nice. That's a huge plus. You can see we got a couple things going on. We've got this Joker in the background trying to be funny, which gotta love high school kids. But let's take a look again. So we can see some really good things going on here, some not so good things going on here. But let's start taking a look and give Anthony a couple of tips that are gonna help him out. So I really like how Anthony brings his left knee to his right knee, and his right toe comes to his heel. Now, I'd like to see it on the side of his right foot. Bring the knee in just a little bit more, bring that toe in just a little bit more, but this is really not a bad position. First thing that I want Anthony to work on is going to be this left arm. If you notice here in the beginning of the throw, the left arm is nice and long, nice and relaxed, and we've got him, basically he's got the shot put on the other side of his foot. So if he were to, for example, drop it right here at the start of his throw, if he were to drop it, it would land and not hit him in the foot. That's where we want to start. Nice long arm, shot put, center of mass, back behind the right foot, or that power foot. But you can see here as Anthony starts to glide, watch that left arm. That left arm starts to whip backwards, and he starts to use that left arm as a means of accelerating him through the circle. You can see he's also using his shoulders and his back and his head. He's starting to lift those up as well to gain more acceleration and more speed through the circle. So what that does, something I've always talked about, is it creates some bad angles and a lot of turbulence. You're taking this arm, throwing it backwards, forwards, down, up, bending it around. That left arm is doing a lot of unnecessary movements. And when you have a heavy limb that's flying around and moving around like that, it's going to throw off a lot of angles, body positions, all that good stuff. So I want you to leave this left arm long and relaxed the whole time. And I want you to glide and stay nice and low, nice and flat to the ground. You start off your throw really nice and flat and parallel to the ground right here. You can see how your body is parallel to the circle. That's where I want to see you the whole time. So don't throw your head and shoulders backwards and try to accelerate through the circle using that left arm in your head and shoulders. Because what that's doing is it's making you stand up way too tall in the middle. You should be leaning down and trying to stay flat when you're in zero support, when both feet are off the ground. You don't want to be too tall. You want to stay nice and low. Okay, so that's number 2. Keep that left arm nice and long and stay low to the ground. Number 3, and this is sort of the part that's throwing off the rest of the throw and your finish, is when you land in the middle of that circle, you drop your heel. And when you drop your heel, it makes it impossible to turn your foot, to turn that knee, and to turn that hip, essentially to turn that entire right side down the middle of that throwing sector. So you can see here your heel drops, your weight starts to shift on the left. You do a good job of keeping your head back, and you do a good job of keeping your left arm back, which is nice, but your weight is still shifting onto that left. And then watch what happens, because you can't push that right knee down the middle of the circle or down the middle of the sector. You need to pick your foot up off the ground and drag it forward. And from this point right about here, as soon as your foot comes off the ground, you can no longer apply power to that shot. Okay, so landing up on the ball of that right foot, staying on the ball of that right foot, not dropping the heel is going to allow you, number one, to stay a lot more balanced and keep your weight back. But number two, it's going to allow you to pivot and drive your right knee, right hip, right foot, point them down the middle of the sector instead of shifting onto your left and lifting up the right foot. Okay, and the last thing we're going to have you work on is this left arm. The left arm is extremely important when you throw. So I don't want to see you bend that left arm like a pitcher. I want to see you throw that left arm nice and straight. So from here, open up your armpit, and your arm should be nice and long and pointing in the direction that you're going to throw. So open that left armpit, nice straight left arm, no bend in the elbow. Lift that arm, slap the giant, backhand the giant, whatever you want to say, and then pull the arm in at the end. Keeping that arm bent with that short lever, you're losing a lot of power. All right, so there's some things going on here in order, just to go through it again. First thing is going to be keeping that left arm long out of the back of the circle, making sure that you're not using your left arm to accelerate yourself through the middle, staying low as you glide, not standing up tall in zero support, landing on the ball of your right foot so you can pivot your entire right leg as one unit down the middle of the throwing sector, and keeping that left arm nice and long throughout the entire power position, essentially opening up that left arm so that you can pull it in and use it at the end. So that's what I got for you today, Anthony. A lot of stuff to work on, but start in the back of the circle. Start with that long left arm. Start by trying to glide and stay nice and low. That's how it's going to get done. If there's any questions, leave a comment down below this video. And again, if anybody else wants a free video analysis, you can email it to me, and I get back to you in just about a week's time.